Hey up everyone and welcome back to Little Stalingrad. We've had a total flurry of turns last night. We got through about 5 or 6 and that contact on the left has really developed. The worst thing that happened is what you just saw, which is that the engineers picked up the pixel trip and idiot ball and decided to run back into the building where they're being shot at and cluster around one window, conveniently allowing themselves to get vogged. So I now have a lot more casualties than I did before. Well done, guys. On the plus side, one of the rifle squads you can see here, I've moved up and they've actually got a fairly good angle on the Russians in the buildings there, and they've absolutely opened up on them. The amount of firepower these guys can put out is really scary. So scary that I'm actually kind of worried that I'm going to run out of ammunition pretty soon. But that's a bigger problem for later. So I can sack off the artillery here because all those enemy contact icons have disappeared, so they're either suppressed or dead, and the assault force is going to be moving in on the next turn. Now, this is said next turn, and I've highlighted the guys who are moving in so you can see them a bit easier through the building. Guy number 1 gets shot. It sucks to be the first guy coming through the doorway. But then there goes that American fire superiority and just... yeah. Grenades. Lots of 5.56. Those Russians get wiped out pretty quickly. Now, remember I was talking about my general plan here being find the enemy, fix him in place, isolate his position and destroy him. Well, by slowing me down, GCF has fixed me in position, and now he's dropping artillery on me. And he's also opened up with an automatic grenade launcher in this building right at the back over here. So, yeah. This is going to be a fun battle. So this is how we stand at the start of the latest turn. The artillery's just started falling over here in the centre. I am taking a few casualties, nothing major though. These guys who got opened up on by that automatic grenade launcher are having a predictably bad time. But such is life. Where's he gone? Yeah, there's the guy. That's actually a really good position. That's a smart position. If you look at, say, where my fire support is back here, he's actually fairly well obscured by these trees, and obviously because he's quite low down and the buildings are masking him, my guys up on Overwatch up here, the sniper teams and things up there, can't really see him. So, you know, he's got a very good keyhole and he's using that to good effect. So obviously in the future it's going to be a bit smarter to avoid the end buildings on these rows because they could get lit up fairly well. But let's kick off the turn and see what happens. I did get the 50 caliber machine gun here to open up, and yeah, might have been a bad idea because it doesn't have a lot of ammo. But you know, those 50 rounds will punch straight through there. Sucks to be that guy. Some more 155. And you can just hear in the background, my guys are calling an artillery. Oh, more 5.5. More 155. Excellent. Just a bit of a casualty there. I've got a TRP just behind that enemy position up there, the grenade launcher. And it takes me precisely 1 minute to order artillery in on that position. Those are 120mm mortars. That's crazy. I know I said something about American artillery being very responsive, but that's a whole new level of order it one turn and get it the next turn. That's excellent. So he's probably functionally suppressed. I'm gonna have to get the 50 cal team to target light instead of target because they only came with 500 rounds. Which is awesome. You know, these are usually, the heavy weapons teams are usually mounted in Humvees, and obviously when you've got a Humvee you can fill it up with ammunition. These guys having to man-pack everything. There's only 4 of them. So that's another downside to being the infantry. What do I want to do here? Well, This arty barrage seems like it's fading off a little bit, so we'll start pushing up back up there. These guys, well, we'll just hold these guys, get them to go to ground. They'll probably be okay. You know, on the one hand, this is bad because I'm getting artied. On the other hand, it's good because it's really quite small forces getting artied, and we are only, what, 9 minutes in? If my opponent wants to start bombing everything at this early stage, then that's fine. But realistically, he's just trying to slow me down, I think. So we'll get a scout team or two, and we'll push them up into this block of houses here to find out what's in this block of houses. Now, remember the drone that I retasked is in position already, because isn't it smart to actually have the drone somewhere where you'd need it instead of calling it in? But that's a bit of a quibble. So we'll push up. You know, it's just an exercise in keeping going. I'm going to take casualties no matter what happens. It's just an exercise in moving forward. So that's about it for this one, and I'll be keeping you guys updated. This is turning into a pretty interesting fight.